guys, I'm Kallie. I want to talk a little bit about my PROREVELER experience. Let's start this by telling you what a PROREVELER is. Basically, there's a dance competition and convention called REVEL Dance Convention. A PROREVELER is pretty much someone who assists them. They help out classes and like they demonstrate things for the teachers and stuff. They also are like supposed to be like role models for the convention. The first time that I had ever been to REVEL or like heard of REVEL Dance Convention, it was my sophomore year. I had just come back from going to a ballet heavy school. All I did like 7 days a week was ballet for like 4+ hours, maybe not that much, but it was a lot. Really got burnt out of that, so I came back to competition. This was one of the first competition conventions. So it was the first convention I had been to in a hot minute. Conventions are like a skill. Learning that much dance choreography in a short amount of time and everything, it is a skill. And I had not done that in a very long time, so obviously I was a little rusty. Interested in the idea of the PROREVELERs. And so my whole studio, it was all of our first times going. We get there and we see these PROREVELERs and oh my gosh, we thought they were the coolest people ever. We thought it was so cool. I was like, I want to do this. So I decided that I was gonna do it. I auditioned the first time. It was not it. Honestly, okay, so I wasn't really getting the combo. It was not the best that I had ever danced, obviously. I hadn't done convention in forever. That year, I obviously did not get it. It just, I think I needed a little bit, and I don't think I would have done very well if I were to have done it that year. So that was my first year. And then after that, I was like, I had made it a goal. I was like, I want to get PROREVELER. And then the next year, I worked my butt off, and I worked on everything that I learned, and just took a lot of stuff that I had learned from REVEL. I went to other conventions. I'm gonna go into a little bit more about the process and how it works. You have to submit an online and you have to give them your headshot. It doesn't have to be a fancy headshot. I used my senior pictures one time, and then the other time I used a picture that I'd literally taken on my iPhone. You fill out a little bit of information just about your dance history, what styles you've taken, how much experience have you had, if you've ever done it before. You have to put in your social media, because you are technically role models and you have to put it in your bio if you do get it. Put all that in, you apply online, and you have to apply before the day of. And then the day that you audition is Sunday morning. Now, Sunday morning is the official audition, but they definitely are looking for you in every other class. So I highly recommend to go to every single class, put in your effort every single class. Do stand in the front, but don't be obnoxious, because they don't like that. Trust me, as you'll see in the later story that I'm about to tell. Sunday morning, it comes early, because you take classes all day Saturday, you compete at night on Saturday, and then you have to wake up at 7 in the morning to audition for this thing. And I think the audition starts at 7 a.m. So you have to get up, be ready, warm up yourself up by 7 a.m. after you've been dancing all day and then competing and everything else. This audition, they will teach you a ballet combo and they'll mix it with jazz. So it starts out as ballet and it's legit tendus, a pirouette, a ballet pirouette in it. And it was very performance, and you had to really show your performance quality and technique, because they're looking for technique and the ability to pick up really fast, because they teach it really, really fast. They'll split you into groups. So I think when I did it, why I ended up getting it is, I will tell you, I'm not the best dancer. I was not the best dancer that was there. I have pretty good technique, especially because I was just coming from a ballet school. I'm definitely not a tapper. I think why I got it was Duncan, guy who teaches ballet. I love Duncan. But first of all, he was the one, he noticed me in that first ballet class on Saturday, and I got to go up on stage with him for that. So he remembered me from there. My mom also talked to him at some point, saying oh my gosh, Kallie loves your class, because I loved him from the year before, and it was just a passing comment. Who's your daughter? And she was like, oh, the girl with the peach pants, you called her up. So just little things like that. A big thing that because the audition was 9 and up, they were like, you have to spread out. And all the little kids obviously were crowding at the front, doing what juniors and teens do. I was like, guys, please spread out, you're not gonna have room. And so he got so fed up with this that he went like this on the table and stood up, and guess where I was? I was in the back doing it full out because I had the room. I honestly think that's why I got it. Anyways, so fast forward, I got a call back for the ballet and jazz, and we move into tap. So you do have to tap. If you're not a tapper, don't worry. I know there's some really, really heavy ballerinas, contemporary dancers, hip hop dancers. And if you are a tapper, they take a lot of really, really good tappers. I know some people who are primarily tappers that got in. But due to the tap section, I don't think they did tap callbacks, and I honestly can't remember. I think they did. I don't think I would have. And even if I did, I probably just sat there and like smiled and moved my feet, so it looked like I knew what I was doing. We then left, and then we went to Sunday classes, and then they did the closing showcase, and they announced pro during the closing showcase. So they'll do all the scholarships, like regular like class scholarship. So like if you think like, oh, I can only get one, no, you can. I know people that got like 12. So not 12, not 12, but I got it. I was so excited. I was super proud of myself. So I won it in March 2023, and then you don't start like actually traveling with them until the next year. Orientation is I think it's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday in August. It's in Tampa, Florida. It's 3 days. Basically what this is for them to kind of see your dancing ability. All the pros are required to come to this. Basically just want to see like your level and know where to place you in the classes and know like what classes you're going to assist the teachers, so the teachers know that they can rely on their assist. My experience was not the best. It was not the best. And it wasn't Revel's fault. It was not my fault, really. On the flight, I'm just not feeling the greatest. Second time ever flying. I was like, maybe it's just like the flight. Like sometimes like flying like makes me dizzy. I get there and I am not feeling good. Like my mom's like, do you want to come out to eat? And I'm like, no, like just bring it to the room. Like I don't feel good. I'm doing the PROREVEL orientation, so I'm like, I'm fine. Like I can get through it. Like what do you mean? I'm not sick. I was sick. Then I wake up Saturday of the morning that we were gonna do it, and I feel like legit like death. Alright guys, so my condition has gotten progressively worse. Last night I could not sleep at all. My throat actually feels like there's knives stuck in it, and I can't like swallow without wanting to like cry. Yes. Yay. Oh, and my hair's in a bun. I don't know if I said that. I was sick. I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, I don't feel that bad. At least that's what I was telling myself. I get myself dressed, all the things, and then I go down, and like this is when we get all of our gear. Like we get the PROREVELer book bags, we get our folders for orientation, like the schedule of events, a meeting in the morning, and we have a little breakfast. And so I sit down and like I meet some people, and it's like going great. Some pros already know each other from like the years before, some don't. A lot of people are new, so it's fine. And then they'll separate by, I think it's like 13 and over and like 12 and under, and they'll start assessments. And when I tell you, I've never been taught choreography so fast in my entire life. Like actually, my brain was like spontaneously like combusting, and it did not help that I was sick, obviously. Started off with like freaking tap or something, and I was like, this is just not it. Basically, they had you do it was like a regular convention. They had you do it, you had numbers, and they like would call out some people again in like other groups and whatnot. For the second half of the day, you learned choreography. So we had 2 dances that we did. There was Trevor's dance and Bree's dance. Literally during my lunch break, I kid you not, my mom did like this online doctor thing and was like, here. And so she like took a picture of my throat and like sent it into this online doctor, and it was like, yep, you have strep. And I was like, oh, of course I do. Because we get more medicine, finish the day, and the next day feeling a little bit better now that I've had some medicine. And then we do the same thing. We have classes in the morning, and then we also have like some team building exercises that we did, which was kind of fun. But also I feel like I should also mention there was a lot of people there. Like there was like 300 PROREVELers, so it's like a lot. Like it's not small, like it's pretty big. So then we finished choreography, and then the last thing that we do is we have this big long meeting just talking about like the industry, whatnot. Duncan speaks, Frank and Chris speak, who are like the owners of Revel. We do that and then get on a flight and we leave. We fly, all the flights were getting canceled, delayed because of the thunderstorms that were happening. We end up making our flight from Tampa into Charlotte. We get on a flight and we are on the plane. And it's like, okay, so we had been waiting for this flight. It was at like 12 a.m. We get on this flight. Keep in mind, I still have strep throat, and I forgot to mention a really important part. I twisted my ankle in one of the classes to the point where I had to like tape it up. Like I have to make it even better. My boyfriend at the time, who's now my ex, by the way, told me he needed space. I'm in Florida. Like I literally, you can't. We board the flight at like 12. We sit there for an hour. Keep in mind, August, Charlotte, so pretty hot. I'm in a jet, like I'm sweating my butt off. I'm in seat 1A, see the pilots. And then we get an announcement. Hey, so the pilots have actually flown too many hours. We actually got kicked off. They canceled the flight, so now we're sleeping at the friggin' airport until there's a plane tomorrow. And so we sleep on the floor of the Charlotte airport. And so that's how we ended Pro-Reveler orientation. I went to 4 different Revels. I went to Baltimore, Charlotte, Reston, and Atlanta, Georgia. I think my first one was in Georgia, and the first one I went to was in January, so it was a little bit late, but like also not like that late. And basically what they'll do, about a week before, they will send you out the schedule, and you'll see what classes you're assisting, what time you have meetings. When you get there, you will usually have a meeting on Thursday or Friday. They tell you about the week, ask you if you have any questions, your schedule for working comp and all that sort of stuff. Usually right after that meeting, you'll have your rehearsal for the closing showcase number that the Pro Revelers do. Because you already know all the choreography that you learned at orientation, you will just do it, you will just block it and then add any like special parts or whatever pros of the year in it. Stay on Friday, you can work competition. Fun fact, I never actually worked competition. You take Friday night bonus classes. Those are optional, but sometimes you assist them, sometimes I just went and usually took them. Saturday morning, you wake up really early, you go backstage, like the warm-up, and so you'll basically just go on stage, you'll follow along. They have the entertaining like warm-up thing. You'll have the nice little warm-up time. After that, you will go off to your classes, you go off to your assigned classes, and if you're not assigned a class, you can take other classes. So you can go into the senior, teen, junior, mini, whatever classroom you want to go in. And then if you're not assisting, you are actually required to go in the back. So if you'll see pros in the back, like it's not because we don't care, it's because we're literally supposed to go in the back. We're not technically supposed to go in the front, and I have heard of people that like got in trouble for going to the front. During your lunch, we would go and we'd have rehearsal for showcase during your lunch. Some people had to work competition and they would go do that Saturday night, and some people didn't, like me, so I would go and chill and pretty much do nothing because I was exhausted after all that dancing. Right. And then Sunday is pretty much the same thing, except you don't have to go to like a warm-up thing. Do classes all day. For the showcase, you'll usually have like literally like not even 10 minutes. They'll be like, all right, great, put on a tiny little bit of makeup, put on your costume, here you go, like we're going on stage for the closing showcase performance, which is always super short but super fun. I love doing that one. And then usually they'll have a couple of pros perform their solo, and it's only a minute and 30 because they're trying to keep the time down for closing showcase. And then after that, you will go home, and then you'll do it all again for however many weekends that you signed up for. I only did 4 just because you do have to pay like travel and hotel and stuff. So it did start to add up. Personally, I did not go to that many. I did have a lot of fun. You go to all your cities and then you'll go to nationals. Some people don't. I went to national. I'm gonna do a separate video for nationals. So I hope you guys did enjoy. I love sharing these kind of experiences with you. I hope you all have an amazing day. Hit a like if you did enjoy, comment down below your favorite part of the video, or if you've ever been to Revel, or if you would like to be a pro reveler, and then subscribe for more videos from me. Yes, all of this was hands-free. I'm currently sitting at a stoplight, if you're wondering. I will see you next time.